Welcome to the Central Texas Huddle on Lone Star Gridiron. I'm your host, Tony Blaylock. Now we'll be back with all the action from the bi-district round of the playoffs in Central Texas right after these messages.
With open enrollment coming soon for Medicare, ACA, Obamacare, and small group plans for businesses with less than 100 employees, if you're in need of health insurance solutions, look no further than HAP Insurance Agency. Yes, HAP Insurance Agency is a fantastic resource right in the heart of College Station, Texas. Whether you're in retirement, a business owner, or simply looking for the best health coverage option, HAP Insurance Agency has got you covered. You can find them in College Station at 1551 Greens Prairie Road West, Suite 101A, or give Holly Pritchard a call at 972-897-0814. That's HAP Insurance Agency.
Looking to boost your company's marketing? Look no further than Fresh MediaWorks. Podcasting is the best way to promote your brand and increase your customer base. You can create your own show, be a guest on other podcasts, or advertise on existing podcasts to reach a valuable audience. Don't wait. Start elevating your marketing game today with Fresh MediaWorks. Call now, 713-269-4620, or find us online at freshmediaworks.com/podcasting.
I want to thank HAP Insurance of College Station, Fresh MediaWorks, and 90 Sweeter Side for their sponsorship of the Central Texas Huddle. Let's get right into the action from the bi-district round. We're going to start off in 6A D1, where it was Lake Travis versus Austin Vandegrift. And Braden Doan nails a 36-yard field goal with 6 seconds left in the game to push Lake Travis to a 13-10 win over Vandegrift. For Lake Travis, it was Chase Dita with 17 of 33 passing for 209 yards and 1 touchdown. Nico Hamilton had 28 carries for 130 yards rushing. Caden Leone had 12 receptions, 172 yards, and 1 touchdown. For Vandegrift, it was Deuce Adams, who was 12 of 21, 107 yards passing and 1 touchdown. And Mike Coleman had 6 receptions for 41 yards receiving. Then New Braunfels versus San Antonio Johnson. Ty Hawkins hits Bubba Johnson for a 45-yard touchdown with 15 seconds left in the game to push San Antonio Johnson to the 36-31 win over New Braunfels. Austin Westlake downs Round Rock 35-3. For Westlake, Reese Weiss was 10 of 17 for 113 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Jack Kaiser had 25 carries for 178 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cal Livengut had 4 receptions for 58 yards. Grady Bartlett, 4 receptions for 40 yards and 2 touchdowns. And our Steve Thomas caught up with Westlake head coach Tony Salazar after the game.
Here, beating a great football team in a very physical game. Braden Doan, Nico, Caden, how many guys have been unselfish and just said, you know what, I'm going to do what's best for this team, and that's what it's about. I'm a Texas Rangers fan, and old Bruce Bochy said something over there after the World Series, and they're like, how is it that every time we interview one of your guys, all they do is talk about somebody else and never take the credit? And he said, that's how you win. And that's exactly right. That's what we've talked about. Who cares who gets the credit? We win 2-0 or 198. I don't care. I'm just so proud of my guys for focusing and for playing tough tonight.
How big was the chip on your shoulder coming into this game?
No, I don't worry about that, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe that's right. Maybe that's wrong. I don't care what people on the outside say. No offense to anybody else. They're not at practice. They're not watching film. They don't know what we're doing. I know that our kids played their tails off tonight, and we still have a lot more to go. We could do better than we did. That's a heck of a team we just played. That's like a quarterfinal or semifinal game.
What was your confidence level coming into this game?
I had a ton of confidence, actually. I mean, I felt like our kids were going to get after it tonight. I thought we left some plays out there on offense, but also it's because Vandegrift was so good defensively.
Coach, you stuck with the momentum change that Nico kind of provided the spark. You guys put him in, and then it seemed like he led to the touchdown. the bubble screen.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with the baseball analogy again. Nico's kind of like a year-long starter. They got relegated to the bullpen tonight, and he came in the second inning and just took over. And what an awesome game by him. What a physical game by our offensive line and tight ends. It was just an awesome win.
And then obviously with Caden, stepping in, played quarterback all year, played wide receiver tonight. Just talk about his efforts. What you saw from him tonight.
He's a freak. People don't know it. The dude is the best athlete in our town. He's a football player. He's a basketball player. He's a baseball player. He's just an absolute freaking stud. And so it doesn't matter. You put him at kicker, he can do it. You put him on punt return, and quarterback doesn't matter. He's just a baller, and I'm glad he's on our team.
And I know you're touching on it already. Just talk about the defense. Obviously you guys were able to contain them until the 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter for the no touchdowns. Just talk about the defensive effort.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm so proud of them. Coach Ludicky, the defensive staff had a great game plan. Vandergrist's offense is terrific.
Yeah.
Lots of explosive guys. A veteran quarterback that can run around and throw it great. And obviously just to hold them down, to hold them to that few points was fantastic.
Was it the ball control? Was that going to be the game plan all night? Kind of keep the.
No, I mean we really wanted to throw it a little more, but as the game went, it kind of looked like defensively we were kind of holding them down, and so we were going to kind of just let the flow of the game dictate what we were going to do. But hey, we got enough to win.
So we got either New Braunfels or Johnson next week. What do you guys need? What's another thing you guys need to work on going forward?
I don't know. I mean, I got to figure out who won. I haven't gotten an update yet, or how their game's going. But obviously,
New Braunfels might be up it was close. It was
okay,
31 to 25.
Yeah, both of them
that.
are going to be good teams. Obviously, if you're in the second round in 6A Division I, they're all good. But I'm just excited. I'm going to celebrate my kids.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
What are your thoughts when you saw Caden drop the pass for the fumble versus when your defense got the stop? What was your?
Oh, I'm proud of them. I mean, we had confidence in our defense, and again, in that big moment, we wanted to be aggressive, and that's kind of what our mantra was. We ran the ball sometimes tonight where there were some throws on the outside, but I think Ditta was wanting to be cautious, but no, we got to be aggressive. If you're going to go down swinging.
And what can you say about your secondary for shutting down that?
No, it's great. Like I said, they got a great scheme, they got great players, and a fantastic coaching staff. And so that was a heck of a game.
Last thing for me, I noticed you had you're able to find a lot of success throwing in the flat tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think, obviously trying to get the ball to number 12.
Coach, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks to Steve Thomas and Westlake head coach Tony Salazar for that interview. Next up is San Antonio Reagan, who downs San Antonio East Central 55-21 for Reagan. It was Brad Johnson, who was 15 of 19 for 266 yards passing, 5 passing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. Cole Breyer had 19 carries for 107 yards. Wallace Coleman Jr. had 9 carries for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jeter Battles had 8 receptions, 148 yards, and 4 touchdowns. For East Central, Isaiah Mackey was 9 of 17 for 101 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. He also added 67 yards rushing. Austin Vivier had 5 carries for 106 yards and 1 touchdown, and Darion Smith-Klein had 3 receptions for 41 yards. San Antonio Brennan downed Laredo United South 37-0. And San Antonio Taft came up on the short end against Laredo United 28-35. Huddle came up short against Duncanville 7-63. And Waco Midway narrowly lost to Waxahachie 19-20. In 6A D2, Round Rock Memorial rallied from a 14-0 deficit at the half to win 17-14 against Austin Bowie for their first playoff win since 2004. San Antonio Harlan led 20-10 at the halftime and held on to win 27-20 against Eagle Pass. Cibolo still down San Antonio Brandeis 42-14. For Still, Chad Warner had 163 yards passing and 1 touchdown. Still had 219 yards rushing as a team, with Samuel Harris leading the way with 87 yards rushing. Jonathan Hatton had 65 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Jalen Cooper had 6 receptions for 142 yards and 1 touchdown. Dripping Springs down to Vista Ridge 34-14. For Dripping Springs, it was Maddox Mayer, 13 of 21 for 283 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. Jack Robert Tyndall had 21 carries for 123 yards. Kyle Koch had 8 receptions for 173 yards and 3 touchdowns. For Vista Ridge, Jackson Arnaud had 7 of 13 for 206 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Jack Pando had 6 receptions for 104 yards and 1 touchdown. And James Hester had 3 receptions for 105 yards and 1 touchdown. Conference Justin downs San Antonio Clark 27-7. San Antonio John Jay downs Laredo Alexander 37-15. Harker Heights came up short against DeSoto 10-50. And Pflugerville Weiss drops to Cedar Hill 0-62. In 5A D1, Cedar Park rallied in the fourth quarter to beat New Braunfels Canyon 20-16. A&M Consolidated takes down San Antonio Wagner 45-17. College Station takes down Bernie Champion 51-28. Smithson Valley takes down Georgetown 41-25. Medina Valley comes up short against Victoria East 13-35. San Antonio Southwest on the losing end against Corpus Christi Veterans 7-29. Lake Belton falls to Denton Ryan 13-38. Killeen Shoemaker falls to Aledo 6-27. And San Antonio Southside comes up short against Victoria West 22-59. In 5A D2, Waco University falls to Austin Crockett 14-13. And that is only the second playoff win in program history for Austin Crockett. Belton takes down Austin Travis 61-6. Austin LBJ takes down Pflugerville 20-0. San Antonio Piper takes down San Antonio Sam Houston 33-0. Alamo Heights takes down Lockhart 69-21. San Antonio Veterans Memorial takes down San Antonio Burbank 56-0. Liberty Hill over Harlandale 43-26. Leander Rouse takes down Austin McCollum 55-27. And Brenham comes up short against Port Neches Groves 7-37.
Do you have a party coming up or just want a special gift? Check out Nani's Sweeter Side. Yes, Nani's Sweeter Side makes the most amazing custom-created sugar cookies with your design. They also offer paint your own cookies and decorate your own cookies. Those make an excellent sweet activity that you can sink your teeth into at parties. Nani's also offers some of the most amazing cupcakes ever. You can check out Nani's Sweeter Side at nanisweeterside.com. That's N-A-N-I. Check her out on Facebook. Just look for Nani's Sweeter Side. Or give her a call at 937-499-4790. At Nani's Sweeter Side, you'll find that happiness is homemade.
Hey, did you play Texas high school football? If you did, you're part of an elite group, the Brotherhood of Texas high school football. All football players, past and present, who have ever suited up in the Lone Star State are eligible. Go to LoneStarGridiron.com/brotherhood. And thank you for the part you played in the greatest sport in the greatest state.
In 4A D1, it was Stephenville over Fort Worth Western Hills, 47-12. Waco La Vega over Fort Worth Dunbar, 42-21. China Spring over Lake Worth, 42-24. San Antonio Davenport over Fredericksburg, 62-14. Bernie over Taylor, 42-28. And Burnett over Somerset, 42-17. Uvalde comes up short against Lampasas, 0-52. In 4AD2, Gatesville downs Gonzales 34-31 for their first playoff win in 8 years. Bandera downs Gerald 32-27 for their first playoff win since 2007. Madisonville over LaGrange 55-7. Waco Connolly over Giddings 27-6. Cuero over Robinson 24-3. Wimberley over Pearsall 68-0. And Navarro over San Antonio YMLA 48-0. In 3A D1, Little River Academy scores with 3:12 left in the game to knock off top state rank, Hitchcock 42-36. Tig edges West 29-27 for their first playoff win in 6 years. Hondo takes down Cole 35-30. Franklin over Hallettsville 50-22. Lorena over Yoakum 45-7. Columbus over Rockdale 56-8. Universal City Randolph over Crystal City 49-0. Jourdanton over Marion 35-14. And Blanco over Littell 47-0. Groesbeck falls to Whitney 14-67, and Fairfield drops to Grandview 9-27. In 3AD2, it was Comanche scoring with 5:34 left in the game to down Henrietta 26-21. Lexington over Bowling 14-7. Dilley over Santa Rosa 34-27. Rogers over Van Vleck 42-15. Poth over Hebronville 47-0. Comfort over Taft 67-28. Natalia falls to Odom 7-49. Eastland falls to Holiday 7-44. Clifton falls to East Bernard 6-55. And Buffalo falls to Tidehaven 6-63. In 2AD2, Cisco takes down Ozona 21-14. Valley Mills takes down Axtell 29-18. Johnson City over Schulenburg 28-21. Coleman over Alvord 47-7. De Leon over Nocona 70-41. Marlin over Cairns 36-7. Centerville over West Sabine 42-12. Holland over Harper 55-6. Shiner over Freer 40-6. Mason over Thrall 28-7. Weimar over Junction 55-0. Hamilton falls to Tioga 20-30. Riesel falls to Cayuga 14-20. Crawford falls to Italy 18-27. Jewett-Leon falls to Garrison 0-58. And Three Rivers is edged by La Villa 24-26. In 2AD2, it was Mart over Cumbie 58-0. Heiko over Maud 47-14. Bremond over Yorktown 55-0. Sapinall over Brunei 40-8. Falls City over Iola 35-0. Granger over Burton 21-7. Chilton over Louise 63-20. Wortham falls to Sims Bowie 16-30. And Centerport is edged by Agua Dulce 41-21. And now let's look and see where our advancers are playing this week. In 6AD1, it will be Lake Travis versus San Antonio Johnson. Friday, 7 p.m. at Bobcat Stadium in San Marcos. San Antonio Brenham will be taking on PSGA. Friday at 6 p.m. in FAR at PSGA Stadium. Austin Westlake will be taking on San Antonio Reagan Friday at 7:30 at Matador Stadium in Seguin. In 6AD2, it's Round Rock McNeil versus Cibolo Still Friday at 7 p.m. at Rattler Stadium in San Marcos. San Antonio Harlan versus Harlingen, Friday, 7 p.m. at Cabinet Stadium in Corpus Christi. Dripping Springs will be taking on Converse Judson Saturday at 2 p.m. at Rutledge Stadium in Converse. San Antonio J will be taking on Weslaco Saturday at 1 p.m. in Laredo at Shirley Field. 5AD1, Cedar Park will be taking on Angleton Friday at 7 p.m. at Waller ISD Stadium in Waller. A&M Consolidated will be taking on Fulshire Friday at 7 p.m. at Traylor Stadium in Rosenberg. College Station will be facing Magnolia Friday at 7 p.m. in College Station at Cougar Field. Smithson Valley will be taking on Magnolia West Friday at 7 p.m. at Wildcat Stadium in Temple. In 5AD2, it's Leander Rouse versus Port Neches Groves Friday at 7 p.m. at Legacy Stadium in Katy. Austin Crockett will be taking on Montgomery Lake Creek Friday at 7:30 p.m. in Giddings at Buffalo Stadium. Belton will be taking on Richmond Randall Friday at 7 p.m. in Brenham at Cubs Stadium. Austin LBJ will be taking on Huntsville Friday at 7 p.m. Waco ISD Stadium. San Antonio Piper will be taking on Mission Veterans Memorial Friday at 7 p.m. Laredo at Shirley Field. Alamo Heights will be taking on Gregory Portland Saturday at 2 p.m. at the Alamo Dome. San Antonio Veterans Memorial will be taking on Corpus Christi Flower Bluff Friday 7 p.m. in Converse at Rutledge Stadium. Liberty Hill will be playing Sherilyn Pioneer Friday at 7 p.m. at Ferris Stadium in San Antonio. For AD1, it's Stephenville versus Dallas Carter Friday 7:30 at Lumpkin Stadium in Waxahachie. Waco La Vega taking on Frisco Panther Creek Friday at 7:30 at the Ford Center in Frisco. China Spring will be taking on Anna Friday 7:30 at Owl Stadium in Joshua. Davenport will be taking on Beeville Jones Friday at 7 p.m. at Indian Stadium in Jourdanton. Bernie will be playing Lavernia Friday at 7 p.m. at Comalander Stadium in San Antonio. Burnett will be taking on Calhoun Friday at 7 p.m. at Memorial Stadium in Bastrop. In 4AD2, Gatesville will be facing Silsbee Friday at 7:30 p.m. at College Station, Tigerland Stadium. Madisonville versus Belleville Friday at 7:30 at Klein Memorial Stadium. Waco Kindly versus Jasper Friday at 7:30 Wildcat Stadium in Palestine. Cuero versus Amsterdam Friday at 7:30 Rhodes Stadium in Katy. Wimberley versus Orange Grove Friday at 7:30 at Linhoff Stadium in Schertz. Bandera versus Ingleside Friday at 7 p.m. at Eagle Stadium in Pleasanton. Port Isabel versus Geronimo Navarro Friday at 7:30 Vanquero Stadium in San Diego. In 3AD1, it's Tig versus Winsboro Friday at 7:30 Norville Field in Kaufman. Liver Ritter Academy versus Dieball Friday at 7 p.m. Rattler Stadium in Navasota. Franklin takes on Shepherd Friday at 7 p.m. Yates Stadium in Willis. Lorena versus Palestine Westwood Friday 7 p.m. Tiger Stadium in Corsicana. Columbus versus Woodville Friday at 7 p.m. Mustang Stadium in Madisonville. Jourdanton takes on Edna Thursday at 7 p.m. Victoria Memorial Stadium. Hondo versus Goliad Friday at 7:30 in Marion Veterans Stadium. Blanco versus Corpus Christi London Friday at 7 p.m. at Hero Stadium in San Antonio. In 3AD2, it's Comanche versus Scurry Roser Friday 7 p.m. in Burleson Stadium in Burleson. Rogers versus Comfort Friday at 7 p.m. at Shelton Stadium in Buda. Lexington versus Odom Friday at 7 p.m. Yoakum in Bulldog Stadium. Post versus East Bernard Friday at 7 p.m. at the Field in Pflugerville. Dilley versus Tidehaven Friday at 7:30 at Corpus Christi Warrior Stadium. 2AD1 Cisco versus New Deal, Friday at 7 p.m. at the Mustang Bowl in Sweetwater. Marion versus Coleman, Thursday, 7 p.m. at Carlton Memorial Stadium in Stephenville. De Leon versus Italy, Friday, 7 p.m. at Pirate Stadium in Granbury. Valley Mills versus Tioga, Friday, 7 p.m. Barnes Stadium in River Oaks. Centerville versus Honey Grove, Friday at 7 p.m. at Mineola Memorial Stadium. Holland versus Shiner, Friday at 7 p.m. Tiger Stadium in Smithville. Mason versus Ganado, Thursday, 7 p.m. Rattler Stadium in San Marcos. Johnson City versus Refugio, Friday, 7 p.m. Eisenberg Field in Floresville. And Weimar versus La Villa, Friday at 7:30, Pirate Stadium in Mathis. And wrap it all up into a D2 with Mart versus Overton, Friday at 7 p.m., Driscoll Stadium in Crockett. Heiko versus Lovelady, Friday at 7 p.m., Crusader Stadium in Belton. Bremond versus Sapinall, Friday at 7 p.m., Lion Stadium in Lockhart. Falls City versus Rock Springs, Thursday at 7 p.m., Antler Stadium in Kerrville. Bracketville versus Granger, Thursday, 7 p.m., Southwest Legacy Stadium in Van Ormy. And wrap it all up with Chilton versus Agua Dulce, Friday, 7 p.m. at Bulldog Stadium in Flatonia. And that's the schedule for this coming week. I want to thank Happy Insurance of College Station, Fresh Media Works, and Nani Sweeterside for their sponsorship of the Central Texas Huddle. Be sure to tune in next week. We'll go over all the results from the area round of the playoffs and look forward to the schedule for the third round of the playoffs.